NFVF, and I want to find out if he can be able to hear us from his end. Hello, Leron.
Hi, Tandy. How you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. And how are you?
Good, thank you.
Are you in a position to also switch your video on?
Give me a second. You see me?
Yes. Yes, I can see you. Let me greet you
Okay, great.
officially. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And good afternoon to all your listeners out there.
Awesome, awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about, the work that the National Film and Video Foundation actually does as we get into the conversation.
Yeah, so who we actually are as the NFVF, the National Film Video Foundation is an agency of the Department of Arts, Sports, and Culture
Mhm.
that was created to ensure equitable growth of the South African film and video industry. So what we essentially do is that we are a body that provides funding for the industry, and we do it throughout the production value chain. So from script development phases into production, and then eventually, marketing and distribution. So that is, in a nutshell, just quickly who we are as the NFVF.
Awesome. And I know that today we are supposed to be speaking about mainly the postgraduate bursary opportunity that you have. So tell us about the call and, how young people can be able to apply.
Would you like to speak about the postgrad or just the international bursary specifically?
We can speak about both. I
Ah,
mean,
sure.
we
Okay.
might as well just speak about both. And obviously, as we speak about both, you will tell us the participation process for each one.
Yes, yes, yes. So we currently have two bursaries open, right, that you can apply for. One is the national bursary,
Hmm.
and the second one is the international bursary.
Yes.
So individuals may apply who want the bursary to support their full-time studies in video and television studies that is at accredited institutions in
Okay.
South Africa.
Hmm.
So yeah, we currently have a call that is open for both international and national bursaries. It opened on the 3rd of June and will be closing on the 31st of July. So it's currently open and it will close on the 31st at 5 o'clock.
All right. And looking at a very important question that people might be asking themselves is the issue of age. Are there any restrictions? And, what is the selection criteria as well?
Um, Look, there's no age restriction, but with regards to our national bursary, we do try and give preference to youth, so maybe up to the age of 35.
Hmm.
With the international bursary, you normally, which is postgraduate, you normally get older people that are applying because you're doing your honors, you're doing your masters. Some people do their PhD, so you'll
PhD.
get a lot of older people that are applying for that. So we don't have any, age restrictions. But with regard to our national bursary, we do want to give preference to youth.
Young people.
Somebody coming out of matric, we'd rather let that young person get an opportunity than somebody that might have had previous opportunities and might be a lot older. But
Hmm.
to answer your question, no, there's no age restrictions, but we
There's
do give
preference.
preference to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what exactly do the bursaries cover?
So what the bursaries cover is your full tuition.
Hmm.
So you'll get whatever it is that you need to pay for your fees will get fully covered. And if you are a first year applicant, what the NFVF will cover as well is your accommodation and yeah, cover some of your meals as well.
Hmm. Hmm. But that's for
Yeah.
only first years, ne?
Yes, correct. That's only for first years. We do also, if you are in need of resources, perhaps a laptop or something that will help you, take you through your studies, that is something that you can apply for as well, which we do provide first year students with.
First year students. And then
Yes.
those who have actually applied, when will they know whether they've qualified or not? Do you have like a timeline or a time frame? On average, when at least people are to expect responses?
Well, if I can maybe break down the process, then maybe people might be able to understand a little bit more, what the timelines might be. So once applicants apply, it goes through a process of where, our applications department looks at, who's compliant. And then, once that process has been done, it goes through a process of selection, where industry experts and industry professionals would be, scoring those applications. And then we have a panel meeting where all of those experts come together, panel, and they go through the scoring and they decide, who is going to be receiving the bursary. So that normally takes, let's say about 4 weeks. So anything after, let's say, 2 months after application, you might be receiving feedback as into if you have been successful in receiving those bursaries.
All right. And when we look at the international bursary, are there specific courses that are included or excluded or that you focus on?
Well, with our international bursaries, it has to be, something that is not covered in South Africa.
Okay.
So if it is any programs that we don't offer at any of our institutions or universities here, you may apply for those international bursaries.
All right. And how does one actually apply?
So how to apply? It's pretty simple. What you do is you go onto our website, www.nfvf.co.za. The first thing you'll notice is like a little blue tab on the top right, which says apply for funding. It will take you to a portal called Brexit. And then on there, what we have, if you're applying for either national or international bursary, there is a link that takes you to a video that shows you exactly how to go through our application process. So it's made it fairly simple. So once you go through that video, you'll be able to be guided step by step on how to navigate the portal and what is required.
All right. And as we go to a close, how does one reach out to get more information or for any kind of inquiry for both of the open calls?
Yeah. So I can give you, our social media. I think it's really important to kind of follow us on social media because you get all of the notifications and updates. I have it on my phone, so whenever there's a call or anything, it just pops me up with the notification, and I find it very helpful. On Instagram, we are NFVFSA, and then on Facebook, we are National Film and Video Foundation. And then our website obviously is www.nfvf.co.za, and there you can receive all of the information that you need, all of our bursaries and all of our other funding as well that the industry needs to apply for.
All right. Leron, thank you so much for your time. It has been quite an insightful conversation.
Thank you so much for yours, Thandie.
True.
You have a good
All right. Mpulapulu Vukani Community Radio.